Just the bare necessities. Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm bearing down with Ayula, Queen Among Bears. This 2-mana 2/2 is what all bears should be, and she's going to be growing and fighting your bears whenever you have a bear enter under your control, which means that this deck is making use of the best bears available in the entire Brawl format. While some of them are brand new, like our Studious First Year and our Mutable Explorer or Ursine Guide, we also have some old classic bears, our mother bears, our grizzly bears, our bear cubs, and of course some synergy with bears, including things like Roaming Throne and Faceless Agent and other changelings that help support Ayula and the bears among us. We also have some more generic support like Chronicle of Victory and Vanquisher's Banner, and of course some good green stuff to help us win games. Because even though there are some big fighty bears out there, sometimes you just need the green stuff to help you close things out. This deck is really fun. If you want to have an excuse to play a niche creature type, bears is your girl. And because there's not that many bears available, even with the brand new bears added, we also have ways to search for our best bears and clone our best bears, so we always have a few more Ursines to land on the battlefield. This deck is really fun and a very cool exploration of some new cards. Extremely shout out though to Ursine Guide specifically, because not only is this a good bear that makes more bears, it is bear synergy. So let's take Ayula into the queue and see if we can show our opponents the right to bear arms. This video and my channel are sponsored by TCGplayer.com, the best place to buy bears for your Ayula deck. And you can even have access to cards that don't even exist in Arena to make your bears the best they can be, like Ruxa, Patient Professor, who buffs up your vanillas. And there's even vanilla bears that we don't have in digital, which is a sure shame. There's also cards from the Fallout set, big mutant bears, and of course, some flashy bears, bears that tap for mana, and the only thing scarier than an owlbear cub. Because for some reason, it's always the babies that are scarier. Displacer Kitten, Badgermole Cub, Owlbear Cub, they're all good cards. And if you buy them through the link that's in the description, you'll also be supporting my stream. So thank you again to TCG Player for sponsoring my channel and this video. Goshentai of Life's Origin. They're going to be playing Shrines and recurring various enchantments from their graveyard. Now, I have an Exploration, but only 2 lands in hand. This is not a terrible hand for bears. Anything that helps me accelerate my mana, especially if I can find one of my card draw pieces, is nice, though. Yeah, Ayula is strange because it is not a 3-mana commander, so the turn 1 ramp isn't as important. Sometimes it's about like turn 2 double ramp to help you get to Ayula plus another bear on the same turn. Somebody's asking, do I have any recommendations for interesting Esper Brawl decks? Zur. Zur is super interesting. Zur Enchantments is one of those decks that's really fun to pilot. At least I think it's fun. Aha, more lands! Go, Ayula! Please don't die, please don't get exiled. Please remain a bear. Oh, she remained a bear! Professor Zoomancy. Exploration, a card that probably shouldn't be in this format, but still. We get a pest. We get to swing for 4 on turn 2. Yet Goshentai has fallen out of favor because Hey Bye just does what this is doing so much faster. Having an enter to the battlefield that gets you shrines for free? Real nasty, especially on a 4/4 bear. I had to pay mana to make you a 4/4 bear. I don't feel like playing the grizzly bears this turn. Because I can instead just Blizzard Brawl. Take out their discounter so their commander costs a little more. Swinging in. Oh, Jakan defends the temple. Gets them a 1/1. Grizzly bears, I can use that to wipe that out. Or we could use Nature's Rhythm to go for a better bear. 1, 2, 3. One of the best bears ever. How about a Chompling Changeling to get rid of one of those? Immutable Explorer for lands. Or Ursine Guide. Ursine Guide, next turn when I untap, might give me Ranger's Merit. Yeah, when nature calls, run. That is the appropriate response to a board full of bears. You don't have to target them. It's up to 2 target creatures. Oh, that's nice of you. Look, they gave me +1/+1 counters. Is it because you're about to explode the board or something? Please don't. Nope, just playing Goshen Tai. I think that was their I'm giving up, check out what I got. Well, I have Ranger's Merit. And this Ranger is ready for danger. Sephiroth, Fabled Soldier. Killing creatures will gain them life and drain my life. And it can also transform Sephiroth into the One-Winged Angel, which gives you a permanent Blood Artist emblem. They also can sacrifice creatures on either side to draw cards. Ooh, Ursine Guide. Roar. I'm a bear. Bears, 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 bears. Uh-oh. Are they gonna sacrifice Infestation Sage to kill Ayula? Yes, they are. My Ayula! Gone. It's okay, I can replay her. I'm probably gonna go for Gathering Stone first, though. This will give me a discount on my bears. This is like a better Herald's Horn most of the time, since it also checks on enter. That is a land. I do not need a land, so we're gonna put that away. I already have a land here. And now my bears are at a discount. Bargain bears. The bargain bin bear. Ooh, black market connections. Oh, yes! It's a bear! A bear that gets me a land, so I can continuously explore. Do I feel like just fighting this turn? Yeah, let's do it. Ursine Guide. I will have the Ursine Guide fight insect token. And Malakir Mire, they have 4 mana up. They could still kill the Shapeshifter with Sephiroth. At least there's not that much interaction with artifacts from Mono Black. Oh, they are thinking about this. It doesn't conjure grizzly bears. No, it makes bear cub, which is cuter. Oh, they're killing Ayula over Ursine Guide. They said, I just don't want you getting that value when you spit out a bunch of bears here. And another hit from the Gathering Stone. A Runeclaw bear. How unbearable. If I Ayula, I could play another bear after. Let's do it. Let's go Wilson. That's a deluxe Runeclaw bear. Just make it so they continuously do not have creatures to get triggers from Sephiroth. It's Wilson! Yay! Pay 6. Pay 6 or you're a coward. I see that 19 life. That better read 13 in about 5 seconds. Yeah! There we go! It just takes a little goading. Goading is not making your opponent attack. Goading is telling your opponent, you should pay the 6. Sephiroth sacrifices a creature, draws a card, gains a little life back. And a Vengeful Blood Wisp, that is a half of a Blood Artist. It only triggers on their creatures. Firstbound Witch, a very good creature to sacrifice since it gives you more creatures. And the top card of my deck is Library of Alexandria. I will choose to draw that. And I will use it For more bears. Okay, so... I'm gonna play Drover Grizzly. I'm gonna put 2 +1/+1 counters on the Ursine Guide. I'm gonna use Ranger's Merit, which makes a bear cub re-prepares itself, and I am fighting Sephiroth. That's right. Who would win? Professor Ruxa? Or Sephiroth? Also, all my bears did get trampled, so I am swinging in here. Even though Ursine Guide, I'm like putting it at risk here. I want to force this damage through if I can. There's approximately 2 cards that have specific bear synergy in Arena. There is Ayula, and there is Ursine Guide, and that is it. Okay, they are actually not killing this. I'll lose a little life. He's in the graveyard, so I assume they're either going to reanimate him or exile him to some ability. They just paid to get a treasure. And Liliana. A plus makes a zombie, but a minus sacrifices 2 creatures. I'm so sorry. Bear Cub, Elvish Mystic, you guys are gone. We're gonna Ranger's Merit again and win the game. Kentorius History Chaser is gonna be chasing some bears this game. Oh, look at that. Emerald Medallion. Get a discount on the bears. I'll start with Argoth because it will enter tapped until I have a, tapped legendary creature. But look! It makes bears! We love making bears here. Kentorius is all about exiling things from their own graveyard, meaning they actually have a ton of built-in graveyard hate. They use it to hate their own graveyard, or just discard and exile things as they go to their graveyard so they can make big spirits. They got the spirits, they want to hear it. Voice of Victory, I am going to make you fight a bear. I don't really have many instants in this deck, but she has an instant, the Vastland Scavenger. A nice Witherbloom Bear. Swords to Plowshared. I guess Swords to Plow Bared. And Chain Lightning on Ayula. That's rough, buddy. Currency Converter, possibly the best card for a Kentorius deck. I don't have any way to get rid of it here, though. So I'll play Ayula again. And go for the Grizzlies. Put some +1/+1 counters on Ayula. Grizzly Bears, you are remaining a 2/2. I'm not happy about that. No, you want to be bigger than a 2/2, I know. She had an instant. Yeah, well, she's gone now. They're putting a Lion Sash into exile so they can tap this on a future turn in order to make a 2/2 rogue. They shocked in, which tells me they're going to kill another one of my things, right? Oh no, they're just playing a Soul Cauldron. Okay. Any activated abilities? There's probably a few in my deck. Yeah, Vivian's Grizzly is one. Still nothing to fight. And since the creatures in their deck are 3/2s, I'll just make these both 4/4s and swing in. Next turn, I will channel this to make some forests. Or I guess on their turn, I'll do it. I don't think there's any reason to use the Soul Cauldron here, since there's nothing in my graveyard, and you want to save it for once you have Kentorius out. Here's Kentorius! They can make 2 spirits here. One, because they can exile as they discard off Currency Converter, and another using Agatha's Soul Cauldron. They can also tap this and make it 2/2. I guess I'll start fighting stuff. I'll have 2 fights next turn. One from Argoth, one from Horrific Assault. This one's a bite, technically. So I'm going to use it first. Oh, it can hit Planeswalkers. Right. Neat. No, I'm going for face. So I'm going to use Horrific Assault to start. And the reason for that is because Agatha's Soul Cauldron can only buff a creature that's in play. So they won't be able to bamboozle me by having a 3-2 and buffing it. They can make a 2-2 and buff. Alright, I'll buff Vivian's Grizzly. Spread the love. Again, 2 creatures are probably coming my way. It's what I got. They'll be able to do it again next turn. Annoyingly. And as for why not go for Kentorius, can't kill him. Why are you looking at my beautiful graveyard? It's because I milled some cards. Yeah. Unless there's a really good activated ability, it's not worth it. There's technically, Saddle. You could give something Saddle. So you could, I don't know, tap things for fun and profit. Sure. Oh, it has a Lion Sash ability on it. Neat. I got them down to 4, though, so that's good. Next turn, Ayula costs 5. So I might not be able to use that. Could always go for Vivian's Grizzly. Limited, cool card.
What kind of mystery are you?
But as long as they have white mana up, they can actually exile more cards out of their graveyard using Lion Sash. The Ooze! So many ways to get things out of graveyards. I'm jealous. They're going to have so much spirit. I need trample. I have a couple different trample enablers in the deck. I have Surik and Goreclaw because of bear. I have the bear with a spell that gives bear trample. That's pretty good. A chomping changeling! Nice! Alright, so Ayula first. And we want to bite Soul Cauldron so they cannot use it to give things the Lion Sash ability. I will have Vivian's Grizzly fight the Spirit Token. They could also use Commando. Yeah, I guess they could put the Commando ability under there. But they didn't. They put it under Currency Converter. So they have to put it into the graveyard first. Okay, so they're using the ability while it's still available. Once this gets destroyed, it's gone. Please stop. Oh, Kentorius, please stop it. They can still make, like, 3 more spirits. But look! I used my commander's ability. And that makes me the real winner. Alright, I'll chill. With a minus, they don't have lethal yet, unless they, like, top deck something that gives flying or another evasion, something like Elspeth. But they will soon be able to finish me off with just a single -4. Yes, Kentorius is actually a very good commander. Ayula's...
It's the find of a lifetime.
Well, she's cute. She's doing something. Better than nothing. Lavamancer will eventually be able to do some burn. Yep, that is a big spirit. Use bear, yeah. Happy Pride. Yeah, there are 7 of these, and they can make 3 more. Or a rogue instead. I also have Quarry Mountain Monastery. Trample! We do it! It's approximately the same doing each of these, so I'll go for the fight. And I'm going to lose the game. But I'm going down swinging. If only my bears could fly. If only. They make a rogue. They make a spirit. They make another spirit. Mm-hmm. Yep. Bears. 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 More. Bears. More bears. Yes. Ayula trades into a free token. We deal no damage. They're double blocking the bear just in case, the bear token. Sure. Why not? Go. Go. No. Awesome. Shuriken Goreclaw is going to give my non-token creatures a +1/+1 counter and haste. Now, because they blocked with so many of those little guys, I'm less dead. Oh! Okay. Well, there goes that, unfortunately. I was thinking, like, well, maybe if I top deck just the right creature, we can swing it. I don't think there's any flying bears, though. Well, there's certainly no flying bears here. GG, Kentorius. When I was testing my deck, I ran into a lot of Ajani's, and I'm still running into Ajani. And now I don't know if this is because I'm clearly the best Magic the Gathering player, and my Ayula deck, as it just really has the expectation that it's going to beat Ajani Nakat Pariah, a card so good that it is banned in the ranked queue. Or if just the matchmaking is doo-doo and it's like, hey, you had a 70% win rate in ranked, so that means you must be playing a strong deck, right? I'm playing bears. I got bears, 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 bears in my hand. 4 bears. Millie, this is one of the best bears, but it's still a bear. Yeah, oh, that Ayula, what a menace. All right, Ajani, let's go toe-to-toe, the brother killer himself. Here to make cat tokens, to slay cat tokens, to burn if they have a red permanent in play. A 2-mana commander that turns into a planeswalker and is just real rough. Okay, 1 mana. White. What is it? Curse of Silence. You're not even gonna let me play Ayula? Okay, I guess I'll play Wilson. Bear Comrade! Yup. Don't worry, guys. We got this. I got a 2/2. It's got Ward 2. It's got Reach. It's got Trample. It's honestly a very well-statted bear. Hello, Esper Sentinel. I will play a Fanatic of Ronus. Yeah, I know you're holding something at instant speed. I don't know what, though. My guess is it's Pyrokinesis or Solitude. If I specialize this, it does get big enough in just mono green for Allosaurus, or sorry, for Fanatic of Ronus. Could it be a Lightning Bolt? They were holding priority after they had no mana up. They could also just have full control on, but I don't think that's what it is. Yeah, we're playing against an awful lot of Mufasas. Fable of the Mirror Breaker, fantastic card that's going to make goblins that make treasures. I can now replay Ayula but I wouldn't be able to play something after. So I'm going to go Vastland Scavenger because that will allow this to tap for 4. And then I guess I could specialize. I'm not planning on it. I didn't get a land. I will grab Changeling Wayfarer to get a land. Is the brother killer Scar? That's true. Mufasa's the one that dies. Or Jazal Goldmane in the case of Magic the Gathering. Chillin' with my bears. I got 3 bears in play. Yeah, them slowing down me getting a Ayula means I can't set up to fight. So let's see how they're planning on killing a cat to flip a Johnny. Might not be this turn, but it could be. And if they do, they'll have enough creatures to possibly clean up this, at the very least, take out one of the others. I'm starting the next turn with 8 mana. That is the good part. Assuming Vastland Scavengers is alive, which... you sure seem to be targeting a lot of creatures. Is it Pyrokinesis? They're looking at my cards. It's a bear! Okay, Johnny? It is a bear. Dang, it's like I've been here before. They use Pyrokinesis to kill their brother token, 2 of my creatures. And then they can use his 0 ability to make a cat and deal 3 damage to any target. They do have enough to pay for the ward if they want to kill Wilson. They could also just burn my face. Well, at least I get to start with all the mana. Fanatic of Ronus. I think I'm just hinging. This is something that's a little trickier for them to get rid of. Am I paying the 1? Is there a difference between me having 5 mana and 4 mana? Yes, because it means I can bind to life. So I'm going to decline and let you draw. And I'm going to do this now because I don't want to have to re-trigger that. Oh, nice. We got Ursine, Guide, and Surik and Goreclaw. These are both very, very good for my deck. I think Surik and Goreclaw is the pick here, though, since it gives Trample. This is Death Touch Trample, and Death Touch Trample good for attacking. Even though the other bear, I think this is genuinely just the best bear in the deck, because it always makes you more bears and buffs your bears. That's why we are making a Ayula. Also because it's Pride Month. Happy Pride, everyone! Now, Johnny's still going to be able to deal damage. I don't know how many creatures they have in hand. Oof, swords did. Plowed. I see you looking at my land. Why is that? Johnny, why'd you do that? 3 to the face? At least I have Great Henjin. That makes me happy. Okay. Ayula to start. Care to sacrifice your curse. Hey, there we go. Green Sun Zenith cannot get the cards back out of the graveyard. I think I'll do the Stalactite Dagger. Nope. Sorry, I need to order these the only way I can. We get a Shapeshifter, which is a bear. 2+1/+1 counters. So now the Fanatic of Ronus taps for 4. I think using Chomping Changeling to kill Reflection of Kiki Jiki is worth it. I could also kill Esther Sentinel, but this is the, I think, bigger one. I can technically kill both by fighting. But this way they don't have a red permanent, which means they don't get the damage off of Johnny. Ooh, a land. Nice. I don't think I really want a Green Suns for 1. So instead, I will give the sword to Fanatic of Ronus. So Fanatic of Ronus is now also a bear. A Soul Scar Mage turns burn into -1/-1 counters. It's also a red permanent, so that gets obliterated. Notably, non-combat damage does include fights. Guruk, Cursed Huntsman. I have a 2-mana play and a 4-mana play and nothing in between. And because they're in green and black, I don't quite think that's safe. Guruk, Cursed Huntsman is going to be spitting out dogs, and those doggies will be, well, hounding us and dying, so they can ult Guruk and take me down. I have a feeling that this is going to be Golgari control, running probably some other good planeswalkers, removal, and of course ramp, because when in green, do as green does. Thankfully, I have bears. And also a turn 1 expiration, so I have 4 mana on the first turn, which is important. And Ayula, fight this guy. Thank you. Bears, 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 bears. This will make all my bears almost the same as like a Guruk ult. I need 1 more land for more bear action. I'll put 2+1/+1 counters on Ayula and swing in. Yeah, Exploration is on my short list of cards I really don't think should be in this format. But you know what? As long as it's here, you should put it in your green decks. I'm not even a landfall deck. I'm not running Ice Till or anything like that. Oh, where is Zone Guard? It's just a good way to get more lands out of your hand. Burgeoning's also good, but not as controlled. All right, so they are wiping the board. I'll move my commander back to the command zone. And because I got a land here, I'm going to play Chronicle of Victory, really hoping they don't destroy it. And of course, I'm going to name Bear. Chronicle of Victory will draw me a card when I play a bear. Also gives my bears first strike and trample. Do not touch this! These are my bears! No! You're a monster, Guruk! Ayula. A single Ayula. Oh, Guruk can also destroy creatures and draw cards. I didn't mention that before, but it is good. Can you please let my creatures live a little bit? You wiped the board. It was rude. She's a single mother and you killed her. Oh, Dark Petition! Tutoring and getting 3 mana refunded. My queen. No! B-E-A-R! Bear! Go! Yeah! Ayula! Again. Bears on bears on bears on bears. Bears on bears. Bears on bears. Embarrassing bears. Archdruid's Charm. Not going for the bite, instead going for a creature or land. They have 3 or 4 mana, depending on what they want here. Okay, so Dark Depths. Oh, a Vampire Hex Mage. Interesting. I guess you wait until... Nope, okay. I was thinking you wait until my turn to do it, but sure. They now have Merit Lage. Let's see. I'm not immediately dead from it. Just mostly dead. I will make some bears. And I will grow a Ayula. And then I will have a Ayula fight a Deathrite Shaman. See, I'm not dead yet. It takes 2 hits to kill me. But maybe they won't have a land here. so they can't play Guruk and kill Ayula. Like, what do I have that can deal with Merit Lage? The answer is, what makes you think I can deal with Merit Lage? Bears? Bear with me. Bears don't have reach. Don't worry, guys. I can gain 2 life. Bada bing, baby, and I'm swinging him for 8 damage. Listen, you could put some non-bear cards in the deck that say make your opponent sacrifice a flying creature. I don't have that. It's not a bear. Oh, Cobalt Bow. I know that person because they're in my chat sometimes. They're playing Tassiger, the Golden Fang, and I'm playing this hand I will keep because it has an exploration in it and 3 lands. Tassiger puts things in the graveyard. It gets cast for 1 mana. Ayula plays bears. Pretty great. Now, I don't know what kind of Tassiger deck, whether this is Tassiger pod, just general control, a bit of self-mill. So I'm not sure if I want to, like, Green Sun Zenith for something to help protect my spells. I could. Or I could play bears. And what if it's Tassiger bears? Keeping whatever that is on top. I'm gonna put the +1/+1 counters on Ayula. Ayula, would you fight Tassiger? Of course you would. There. I will pay 1, 2, 3, 4 into this. This is counterable because it is not a bear. Oh, it's getting put on top of my deck. Okay. I was going to get the Earth King, who is not a bear, but comes with a bear. EULA, not the terms of agreement, every Ursine left in arena. Yeah. Oh, that's a rumble. Stock up Deathrite Shaman and Thoughtseize. And starting with a Dark Ritual. Mind Spike. Yeah, let me give you a clue. It's a bear. Yeah. Easy 1 mana Tassiger here. Even leaves you with 2 mana up. I will Green Sun Zenith again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wonderful. And here is the Earth King, who comes with a bear. It's Bosco the bear. I'll put 2 +1/+1 counters on Ayula, and then swing in. She has more than 4 power, so I'll get a land. Bears. They traverse the Ulvenwald. Allows them to search for a creature or a land and put it into their hand. Doesn't have to be basic, it can be anything. And with 1, 2, 3 mana, 2 black and a colorless. What's the pick here? Nice cheap Delirious tutor. Do I think Arena will ever give you the option to customize your token art? No, I think that it always giving you the designated token for things is actually really nice. Maybe it'll be like a style you can buy, like you unlock it for a card and it lets you pick from the equivalent tokens. I'd like to lead with Meltstrider's Resolve. I'm gonna try to have the Ayula killing Tassiger. Rune Claw Bear. Going to get rid of that last blocker. And now there could be something flashed out here. Nope. Oh, and here I was thinking it could have been like an opposition agent. Just missing the mana. I have many lands and they have not so many. Tival, the balanced scale. Oh, it's Kaiju Dance Party. Our occasional opponent across the table that usually has some pretty cool brews. Well, I've got a little protection from counterspells because Tival is in blue, but also black and green, usually doing a mix of putting things in a graveyard and taking them out. Because every time you take something out of your graveyard, you get a zombie. Oh, it's the Terminus! I mean, the Soul Stone! Rather than play Ayula this turn, I want to get another land in hand. Ayula is just, very killable. Can be fatally pushed, cut down, dismembered. Everything. There's Tival. Tival triggers on attack. I do not have a good fight here, so I'm trying to think if I just want to, like, Gore Claw. And I'm going to start building up my Ayula. Ayula is now the same size as your commander. Yeah, Soulstone can make things leave their graveyard. Oh, well, in good news, 2 of my creatures were technically dragons. Right? Yeah, they were dragons. Yep. Just look at them. Those are dragons. The Jet Collector, able to get them a Mox and take things out of the graveyard. And then Leovold protecting their stuff. I see an Ice Till Explorer in the graveyard. I think that's the only creature, though. Yeah, if I target them with fights, Leovold will have them draw cards. And I can't draw additional cards. Not that my hand currently lets me. Faceless Agent will get me a bear. I know. Unbearably strong. I think I need to hit the Jet Collector. Even though it lets them draw. Because of anything else I hit, they can bring back. Though admittedly, like them bringing back Tival, it won't trigger itself. It does not see itself leaving the graveyard. I guess Ayula's safe to swing in, but I'd rather keep her back to block. It's Spider-Man! Or Cavero. Turned into a copy of the Ice Till Explorer, exiling the original copy, and letting them replay lands and get more and more and more and more zombies. Meal, meal, meal. Getting lands, more zombies. The damage in the air has seriously added up. I can take things out of my graveyard too. Oh. Never mind, I suppose. I'll fight Tival. You'll get to draw a card. Okay, they're hitting Melt Strider's Resolve, so they would trade. Look at how cute it is! I know. No! Oh. Oh, I'm dead if I don't. I'm down to 3 life and 1 bear cub. Don't worry, guys. I can get rid of the soul stone. What? You think that the Taval deck has better creatures than the Ayula deck? No, that's crazy. What? That could never be possible. How could there possibly be better cards in their deck than ours? I'm running bears. My deck's clearly the best one. Ignored that I only have like 4 plans right now because my stuff died. I can go white next turn. I can't block anything with flying, but bears are not known for their height. Goreclaw! Professor Zoomy! And that's actually all I have. Ta-da! This is Professor Ruxa, but we don't actually have Professor Ruxa in Arena. That's a shame. She could go in this deck. That'd be cool, right? What? The 99 of a deck matters? Yeah, that's crazy. Somebody should tell the Brawl matchmaking team. Go, Master of Mimicry. I actually played against this same person in Ranked. They were my last match to get into Mythic. Their deck is very cool and can do some very nasty things, but at least they can't copy Strip Mine in this version of the queue. But they can do other things. This hand, I can technically get like a 1-drop bear off Finale. I'm gonna mulligan. Alright, this lets me clone a bear. Go to the Clone a Bear Workshop. I will pay 3. I will use the Kami of Bamboo Groves to bring in Cavern of Souls, naming, you already know it, bear. A candy trail. Ooh, piece of candy. I will play Ayula. Bring out the Bridgeworks Battle tapped, because I am going to want some extra lands for next turn. What if I just name Eldrazi? No. So I would rather be cloning a different bear. But while they're mostly tapped out, I'm going to try to hit Ayula here. Spell Pierced. Okay, goes to the graveyard. I could go Green Sun Zenith X equals 1 here, grabbing a bear. Or grabbing something like Allosaurus Shepherd. A tapped land. Hey, Craterhoof Behemoth. We ended up adding that. Craterhoof Behemoth. 1, 2, 3, 4. Green Sun Zenith. Does it land? Do we search? We do get to search. Okay, so I would like to get the Earth King. You're gonna see me do this same move a lot. Earth King gets me a bear. Oh, Earth King does not get me a bear. And now I have to play a different bear to make a Ayula big enough to trigger the Earth King. Where's Bosco? Aha, yes! It is not legally a bear for Cavern of Souls, but it is a bear for Ayula. Ayula, get big. Ayula, attack! Get a land. I wonder why they didn't play Go-Go. I thought maybe when I, like, searched for a land, they were going to flash out Wanshi Tong or something. Nope. Just drawing a card on the candy trail. Oh, Malcolm! This is the sorcery speed. Fight. Can't use it here. Sapphire Medallion gives them discounts. Go-Go's a decent blocker. And Arid Archway, they can bounce that back into hand. Cool. I do have triple snow. I'm just killing Go-Go because I know what they can do with their Go-Go. Again, I've played against this person before. Their deck is very cool. Usually they're opening if they can get something that discounts or makes mana for Go-Go's ability. They're very hard to stop. Yeah, because this is an activated ability when you channel, Go-Go can copy it. You can also copy things like fetch lands in order to ramp. Oh, Omen Hawker. Yeah, that's an example of a card that would have been great on the first turn. Shadow of the Second Sun, they're going to untap all their lands and draw a card. I have Hoof mana, so I think it's just Hoof. They do have Otawara. I don't know if they have any counter magic, though. They've already used Tail's End, so they'd have to, you know, counter the whole dang Hoof. Or find a Stifle? Force of something? No, we win, Bears. The Gitrog monster. The game will either be very short or very long, because the Gitrog monster can take a lot of game actions in a turn. Oftentimes going nuts by filling up their graveyard, playing a ton of lands in a turn, and getting lots of landfall triggers. The Gitrog monster is also like, I'll say a good frog. I could play the Automaton first, but I want it to trigger Ayula next turn. Oh, I don't know, fight something here. Ooh, okay. So we're gonna go Ayula first. Universal Automaton. I will fight the Hobbit. Then I will Blizzard Brawl the Scoot Bug before they make more bugs. That's a good start. Taking out those creatures. I mean, Universal Automaton's essentially a 1 mana weird fight spell in this deck. No, Ayula! My bear! Ripples of Undeath lets them fill up their graveyard. I could pay a bunch of life and destroy it. Ow. Yeah, I think that's worth it. Stop them from filling up their graveyard with lands. And it also lets me defend myself and eventually work myself up to Nissahoof ability. I ended up adding Nissa and Craterhoof Behemoth because it's like the deck needed finishers. The bears were unbearable. Sometimes you just need a little good stuff when you're playing bad stuff. Finale of Devastation. What is the 2-drop that you want the most in your deck? Aftermath Analyst. They mill, they mill, they mill. They have 1, 2, 3 minimum lands in the graveyard. Okay, good to know. I will play... Do I want a Nature's Rhythm or do I want a Ayula? Do I want a Roaming Throne? I can X equals 3 for my own really good graveyard stuff, but I want to do my commander does. So I'm going to play Ayula. Bears, 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 bears. Yeah, they can wait until I, like, attack in, since I don't have trample here. Block and sacrifice if they don't have something else to do. And that would set up pretty well for Gitrog Monster on the next turn. Or they could go for a Crucible, replaying those fetch lands every turn. If they don't need untapped mana, I could even see going for the Evolving Wilds here. Oh, no, they just wanted to surveil land. Sure. And they surveilled a land into the graveyard, so they can use it off Crucible. Ooh, Vanquisher's Banner. Do I want to destroy Crucible here? Well, I can destroy Aftermath Analyst, so I think I'll do that. There. Alright, so we want the fight first. And I'll put 2 counters onto Ayula. I'll use Nissa to destroy Crucible. And swing for 8. Alright, looks like we might be able to close this out. Unless, of course, there's a board wipe or a ton of tokens. Here comes the frog. Oh, but he's just empty on the field. Okay, Vanquisher's Banner makes everyone a little stronger. Nature's Rhythm, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna bear down for midterms. I will grab Earth King. Gonna be the go-to a lot of the time here. Alright, I want this to go on the stack first. And this second. So Bosco is gonna fight the Gitrog monster. I'm sorry, Earth King, but some sacrifices have to be made in order to win. Ruby Daring Tracker dares to ramp, tapping for a red or a green, or attacking and getting a buff if you have a big critter. She likes to hit people, she likes to ramp, she likes to do both. I assume this is just going to be Gruul Stompy. I have turn 1 ramp, though it might die to a bolt. I have a little bit of fighting and biting in my hand, and I have an Emerald Medallion, so I can hopefully go, like, Emerald Medallion into Ayula. That would be such a good early turn, especially going first. Alright. Emerald Medallion into Ayula. I'm about to spit out some serious bears. We got Runeclaw bears, we got Drover Grizzlies, we got Ursine Guides. It's a sign. Are you playing a land? I feel like it's gonna be like, I don't know, land, ruby, lightning bolt. No? Okay. Oh, Llanowar Elves. And then Fabled Patches. So they have the curse of tapped early lands. It happens to all of us. Somebody's asking, why do some of the bears wear clothes? Well, see, this bear is a person. This is just the bear. Two +1/+1 counters on target bear. Target bear is gonna punch a guy. Go! Yeah, Ayula! It's Wilson, an Ursine Guide. It's like Goofy and Pluto. Yeah! Alright, Ruby, what you got? City Brood, a tyrant, will be putting things in the graveyard, and if you happen to mill a creature, you get a creature. You get a zombie. I have a Raphellos, but only 1 forest, but that's actually kind of fine. I'll probably find some more forests, and he's just in here as a good mana dork. What? It's what he is. Raphellos in a 99 is so much less scary than a Raphellos as the commander. Hi, Sidisi. Sidisi is such a, like, classy Sultai card. Ooh, yeah, let's go Castle. If I happen to draw another forest, that would give me 5 mana. That's enough for 2 bears next turn. I didn't. That's fine. I still have enough for 2 bears because I drew a 2-drop bear. Ayula into Stalactite Dagger, which makes a bear. Yes. A bear. Listen, I'll take what I can get. There's not that many bears. Oh, discounted Ice Till Explorer with a fetch land. Terrifying. It's a bear-shaped object, and this is a mill engine. I need to fight Ice Till Explorer. Diagraph Birth. Okay. Spoida. Assume you're getting some blue on this last one. Nope, another forest. Ah, for Grist! Hi, Grist. You're a very cute little thing. I will play a bunch of bears this turn. I'm gonna use Castle Garenbrig to make an extra mana. Faceless Agent. Ayula! I'm gonna need you to pick a fight with a bug. We get another bear in hand. Okay. Realm Walker. Naming bear. Lets me play bears off the top of my library. I'm going to have my Faceless Agent fight Grist. And swing in for 5. Top card of my deck is Springheart Nantuko, which lets me clone the best bear I have in play. Which I guess would have been Faceless Agent. Uh-oh. They're chooping. Tangled Florahedron. Elemental. Fetch land, but at least I can't recur to the fetch like 4 times. Yeah, Heistel is such a card. Okay, there's a land on top of my deck. A Ayula. And a Guardian Gladewalker. I will have, I don't know, Ayula fight the Tangled Florahedron. Guardian Gladewalker put a counter on the Realm Walker. And I'll swing in with the Realm Walker. Something is getting big discounts. Oh! Chupacabra Tupacabra. Just you wait, I'll have my land soon. I'll put this on you, because you have the best stats. Even though you haven't entered the battlefield, this is still better. Misty Rainforest. I will pay. I will name Bear. Actually, you know what? I can name something else since I already have one naming bear. How about... I have a snake on top. I'm gonna go Druid. I have a bunch of Druids in the deck. I can't play you anyway, though. Because you're gonna get shuffled. Every day I'm shuffling. That gives me 3 mana, though. Would I like to clone again? Or would I like to play a bear? I think it's better to clone. How about, I don't know, Elf? No blocks. Oh, somebody saw that I was on Commander at Home. They're learning how to get into Magic. Well, welcome. Yes, I have been on Commander at Home a couple times. Brian and Olivia are my pals. And I love getting to play Magic with them. Unfortunately, they live across the country from me, so I almost never get to see them. Alright, Aftermath Analyst lets them mill again. If they mill a creature, they'll get another zombie. Yep, they did mill creatures. I see a Crater Hoof Behemoth right there. Lots of zombos now. I feel like if this were designed this year, you would be able to play the lands off the top. I think I'm just gonna go for Chronicle here. Naming Bear. Yeah, we love a little first strike in this household. Oh, you'd like to see an Amy episode of Pack It Up? Ben has invited me out to California. It just hasn't worked out with my schedule yet. I haven't met him before, though. But I like Limited, and I think it would be fun to get to play with him. Killing things, getting damage in. Yeah, the Spring Heart and Tucko and the fetch lands are actually a pretty recent addition to this deck. Hi, Hoof. Oh, wow, you had enough mana for that. Great, well, I'm big dead. Even if I left these back, I would still be dead. Excellent. Death by Hoof. A good way to go. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. And as you saw in the video, there's something crazy with matchmaking. Now, I went on a tear through the ranked queue, which means that I guess my player MMR must have become too high, because my Ayula deck, which is Ayula Bears, was matching into a Johnny. I actually changed this deck to have fewer bears and more just tutors for the best bears, because the decks we were matching into just couldn't really do anything when it came to Ayula. It felt like we were matching into decks that had no place playing against a kind of gentle typal deck. Now, I'm not going to say Eula's terrible, because she's not. She's actually pretty sweet, and it gives you an excuse to run really, really fun cards. I'm going to point at Bear Cub, because this is like my personal favorite. Just look at it. There's a lot of 2-mana 2/2 bears, and this is the cutest one. Just look at it. It's adorable. But this deck, it feels like it should be matching into other niche typal decks. Like, it should be matching into horses, maybe into dogs. It should be matching into the other decks that have a few pieces of synergy and then a bunch of stuff to help fill them out. The sort of cards that I added in include like a little bit of like the cloning, the searching, and of course the fetch lands to help support that, as well as some of the more like big green finishers like Crater Hoof, Behemoth, and Nissa, because if I can't end the game, well, then I'm not going to be able to win. So the deck is still definitely bears, as you see in the video, but I had to take a couple of the really fun bears out of the deck in order to make room for non-bear cards. I know, it's disappointing to all of us, especially me, but I like it. I like Ayula, and if you want to find my deck list, you can find it in the description of the video. I will say, hey, Wizards of the Coast, please just like take a look at whatever you're doing with matchmaking. I'm happy to help you with it. You just have to like get me in on a call. I've volunteered my time multiple times to you, and I want to make the format better so people can do things like play bears for Pride Month. Happy June, everyone. Thank you for watching, and have a brawlful day.